right, so continuing the idea of chaos would ensue if people didn't agree on the meaning of symbols. For example, what if to some people, red light meant go? So in symbolic interaction, there is an agreement on what symbols mean. There are three basic assumptions. We learn the meaning of a symbol by the way we see others reacting to it. And this can be anything. This can be a facial expression, okay? You see when you're a kid, you do something, and when a child does something that's funny and parents and family laugh at it, that child continues to do that same action to receive the same response. In opposite of that, if you see a parent or an authority figure acting poorly to the way you're behaving, then you change your behavior to not get that reaction. Once we learn the meanings of symbols, we do base our behavior on them. And we use meanings of symbols to imagine how others will respond to our behavior. So then we're starting to look at predicting what others will do if we do something. And that will determine whether or not we do that activity, whether or not we do that action, whether or not we want that reaction to our response to our behavior. So we're using these meanings of symbols to look ahead and basically dictate our behavior. We do guide our behavior on based on how people see us and their interactions with us. We have these internal conversations where we think to ourselves, how are people going to do, or what we think people will do, and we change our behavior based upon it, either good or bad. We change it one way or another. So that leads us to this idea of this dramaturgy. And what it means is that what we do is we approach that depicts human interaction as theoretical performances. We have images of ourselves we want to present to others. So who we are in front of others is not always who we are. We present what we think we want them to be, or what we think they want us to be. How we dress, how we talk, gestures, all can be changed based upon the group that we're in. You can look at the types of shoes, the type of clothes you buy, may be dictated because you don't want people thinking certain things about you because of what you're wearing, the way you talk, and the way we dress, talk, and the gestures we use also are changed based upon the group we're in. How we act with our family isn't how we act with our friends. The language you use with them is not the same. How you dress with them isn't the same. How you would dress with your boss and coworkers, how would you address them, is different. And so we have this idea of a front stage and a backstage within symbolic interactionism. And the front stage is the projection of who you are. Okay? Who you are, the projection of who you are to other people. So you're showing them a projection. You're not giving them the actual you. You're giving them what you think they want. Or who you want to be in front of them. It may even be a idea that you want to be counter what they want you to be. It is also the backstage is this idea of the real you when you're alone. Who can you be when nobody's watching you? Who are you when you're not being told how to behave, what to wear? What do you like when you're home right now watching these classrooms versus what you would be like in the classroom? That is the front stage versus the backstage. And so the last slide, these are the three perspectives and their basic assumptions. Okay, so as we go through this entire course, we're going to be looking at things based upon these three perspectives, these assumptions within these perspectives, and the questions we would ask as sociologists. These are the things that we'll look at throughout. So make sure that you guys are always looking from a perspective of how society is through these perspectives. Okay, what would a functionalist say, a conflict theorist, a symbolic interactionist? How would they look at what's going on in society and try to, at home, look at even how your family behaves or how your friends behave from these theoretical perspectives? And it would be a really good group discussion one day to look at the unrest that's happening right now in society, and with this election coming up, and looking at it from the theoretical perspective. So that will do it for our theoretical perspectives lecture, and hopefully you guys understand a little bit more about these three perspectives.